Now, we are definitely going to see more details for the online. They're going to talk about the servers a little bit, give us a little pizzazz, throw some sprinkles and some glitter up on there, make it look good for the $20 a year that it is, which is fantastic because, again, Xbox Live and PlayStation Network is $60 and you get a couple free games a month. But if you lose that subscription, you lose the games. Fair enough, right? Nintendo's probably going the same route with the Netflix-style NES library. Hopefully they add SNES, Nintendo 64, and GameCube, and etc, etc, etc. Because the Switch is more than powerful enough to handle GameCube emulation at this point. I don't think we're gonna get Nintendo 64 and GameCube just yet because there was a trademark that was entered on Nintendo to the Nintendo 64 Classic, and everyone's been talking about that, and I don't know if that's E3 worthy. It might be if there's sort of a dry spell coming out to get some of the old fans to reel in. It's just a quick cash grab, and then after the Nintendo 64 Classic fad falls down, then we will see Nintendo 64 games and GameCube games roll out onto the Switch service, or aka virtual console, which I still don't believe that is dead. Alright, so now I'm gonna go with some things that no one has heard of yet. Bear with me, please bear with me, because this sometimes is the cringiest part of any channel's prediction videos. So here we go. My first prediction that's kind of off the wall, and it's not kind of off the wall. I think we're gonna get a third DK game, and not necessarily from Retro. It's just gonna be from someone other than Retro, because Retro has a secret game that they're planning to release or whatever. I'll get to that in a second. But I think this third Donkey Kong game is gonna come out, because usually Donkey Kong games come out in trilogies. You got Donkey Kong Country 2, Diddy Kong's Quest, Donkey Kong Country 3, right? And then you fast forward to the GameCube era, and then you have Donkey Konga 2, and then Donkey Kong Barrel Blast. I haven't played that one. They always seem to come out in threes, and now it's taken a long hiatus, and now we're gonna get a third Donkey Kong game, and if it's successful, the series will continue on, and boy do I love the Donkey Kong series. Speaking on platforms, since Mario Odyssey came out last year, I think we're going to get a new Super Mario Brothers. I mean, we're overdue. That, or we're going to get a Switch version of Super Mario Maker, which would have to be strictly portable. It's for the fact that you can't use the touchscreen when the Switch is connected to the TV, but I'm sure there's a fix around that. You can use the gyroscope, even though it's less intuitive, or they can pack in an extra touchscreen with the game itself, so while the Switch is docked, you can use you could just use an app on your phone. That would work. You could use an app on your phone to edit your levels, and then use the Switch Pro controller or grip to play your levels through it. Yeah, easy fix. But that's kind of off the wall too. Here comes another one that we haven't seen since the GameCube era. I think we're finally going to see a teaser for F-Zero. It's going to be F-Zero GX Returns, or F-Zero P50 900. I don't know. It's going to be Falcon's return, and if it does, I beg you guys to support the game so he can come back to life, because if he does get a second chance or a third chance or a fourth chance, this will be F-Zero's last chance. It's sink or swim. This time they're gonna be permanently put on the back burner if it does not do good. Like, they're giving Star Fox a chance for Star Fox Zero, and it kind of tanked and it kind of didn't. It had those mixed reviews everywhere. And speaking of that, based on rumors, a Star Fox racing game is coming to the Nintendo Switch. Now, this Star Fox racing game is the one that is in talks, that is being made by Retro Studios. And Retro Studios has a good track record when it comes to transitioning or reviving games. They have revived Donkey Kong series. They transitioned Metroid from 2D to 3D, and all their games have been successful. So Retro doing a Star Fox game in the same vein as Diddy Kong Racing sounds like it can work. Why? Because in Diddy Kong Racing, you had a plane, you had a hovercraft, and a car. And Star Fox, you have the Landmaster, you have the R-Wing, and you have the Marine, which is like the Great Fox, except it can go underwater and things like that. And I'm sure you can find some type of fancy tech or some way to make it seem like a Star Fox transformation can make the R-Wing only stay on water. Of course, this is going to be more of an arcadey racing type game in the same type of Mario or Diddy Kong. Sonic All-Stars transform, or I completely botched that. You can use the bombs, you can use the lasers to attack opponents, you can have various gauges and stuff like that you have to manage and manipulate the tracks and things like that to get an advantage over your other opponents. There's plenty of cast to pick from: Fox, Falco, Slippy, Peppy, Star Wolf. Your daddy's gonna scream, Riga! Freaking, what is his name? The pig, man. Pigma, there you go. And Andros, you got boss races, things of the sort, and it could be 4-player co-op, easy. And that game, if Metroid comes out late 2018, and then you can have a big hitting game like Animal Crossing, Fire Emblem, or Super Smash Brothers, or the third Donkey Kong game. I'm just spitballing here. For early 2019, then this Star Fox racing game could be summer 2019 or winter 2019, and it has set up everybody for a good first party title release for the rest of 2019, and then we have E3 that way to release more games. I want two ridiculous things out of my personal wish list for this E3 or maybe next E3. First, I want Mario Kart 9 to be a sequel to Mario Kart Double Dash. I love the whole picking two people, that everyone has their own special mechanic. The karts are tailored to specific characters. You have the mushroom cart, you have the pipe cart, you have Wario's gold digger cart, the pimp mobile, things like that. That game had so much character, and I don't really like that there's customizable parts in Mario Kart 8, because then one setup would technically always be vastly superior than the others, because there's one that can always have highest speed, highest traction, highest anything you can think of, and that takes the fun out of it, because especially if you like to race and try to get first place, you're always going to be picking that one setup. So why don't you just pick the setup of nice cars, and you know, the heavy cars have higher speed but lower acceleration, and the lighter cars have higher acceleration but lower speed, things like that. That perfectly worked out. And for the second one, I would love a proper sequel to Luigi's Mansion. Luigi's Mansion 2, not Dark Moon, not some other subtitle, just Luigi's Mansion 2. Come back with the fire, the ice, and the water vacuum, and use the Game Boys and all that kind of stuff. And it was just great. I thought the first one's still vastly superior than the other ones. So yeah, that's like a 0.2% chance of that happening. Come on, fan base. Like, I know some of them are kind of ridiculous, some of them are outdone, some of them make sense. But yeah, my predictions were a lot more information on Super Smash Bros. 5. Focus on the characters, maybe cut down the roster a little bit. Metroid 4, Pikmin 4, Animal Crossing, Fire Emblem Switch, more details on the online, specifically the infrastructure to kind of damage control how bad Nintendo's online has been in the past, and bringing a third DK game in to make it a trilogy, bringing back F-Zero, and possibly reviving another dead IP. I never really mentioned that because the video is already kind of getting long as it is. For me personally, I want a sequel to Double Dash and a proper sequel to Luigi's Mansion 2. Tell me what you guys want, tell me what you're predicting, tell me how excited you are, and as always guys, I'm Mr. Spiffy5. Have a good one.
Hey, what did Mario say to Princess Peach, huh? I heard you wanted some jokes. Here's a joke. What doesn't kill you makes you smaller. Okay, that's not a really good joke. Okay, let me look through this. Okay, how do Koopas communicate? They use a shell phone. Okay, all right, these are complete and utter garbage. Nope, not this one. Let's see. Okay, all right, here's one. Link was on his way to slay Ganondorf, right? So when Zelda asks, "Are you gonna kill Ganon with the Master Sword?" and Link says, "No, I'm gonna use my Mirror Shield to show him how ugly he really is." What? Link don't even speak. Who wrote these jokes, man? Huh? I can frag man. I'm out of here.
Wow, back. Remember, if you like the content, subscribe. If you really like the content, give that bell a good old ring a ding ding. Until next time, guys, this has been a Mr. Spiffy 5 video. Game over.